Hey everybody, I'm hopeful that all is well as usual. Y'all know the routine. I'm gonna get these hands cleaned up and I'll let y'all know what we're gonna be making today. All right, so what we're gonna be making today is called hot dogs and gravy. This is I always think of it as a poor man's meal, but it's a meal that my grandmother used to prepare for my cousins and I when we were younger, and we all just love it. Everybody in my family loves this meal. So what I'm gonna have with my hot dogs and gravy is I'm gonna have me a few grits. I have the water boiling for that, and then I'm gonna have me a biscuit, a homemade biscuit. So I'll run down the recipe on everything for y'all. So the first thing that I want to do is get my biscuits in the oven because I'm going to eat this food and then I got to run my errands and do my thing like I always do. So put my little paper towel there. Let me get me a straw too. I need a straw for my drink here. Okay, so we're going to be making us some homemade buttermilk biscuits, and this is just for one. So if you're going to be cooking for more than one person or more than two people, feel free to increase the ingredients. So I have 1 cup of flour, just all-purpose flour. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 tablespoons of salted butter. You can use unsalted if you want to. So I'm using 3 tablespoons of salted butter. I have 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and the reason why I'm using 1/4 teaspoon and not 1/2 teaspoon is because my butter already has salt in it, so I don't need more than that. I have 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, and I have 1/2 tablespoon of granulated sugar. So I'll be using these ingredients. If you feel like you don't want too much sodium, I'm starting to say this in my videos because some people are on sodium restricted diets. If you feel like you want to decrease that salt, take it down and just put like a pinch of salt in this recipe, and still just use the salted butter so that you can have a little but not too much. With the sugar, if you want to substitute it and use a sugar blend that's blended with artificial sweeteners, by all means do so. So what I'm going to do is take my fork and put my flour over my butter, and I'm going to mash. You please use cold butter out of the refrigerator because it makes the best biscuits. So I'm going to blend my butter in, and then I'm going to hit my other ingredients and just bring that right on in with that. Just mix it all up. Get it going like that. I already have my water boiling for my grits, so I'm just doing enough grits for one. So I'm going to say maybe use about 1 cup of water, and then I'll approximate for you guys when I pour the grits in, because y'all know I'm not good with measurements, but I'll do my best. So let me get my little biscuits ready here. Now this is just a quick meal, you know, that you can whip up if you kind of want some homemade biscuits, but you don't want to go to the average restaurant chain or whatever, for whatever reason. You can make your own. So now that that's crumbled up, I'm going to take my 6 teaspoons of buttermilk. I forgot to tell y'all that when I gave y'all the dry ingredients, this is the only liquid ingredients that I'll use, and that's the 6 tablespoons of buttermilk. I'm going to pour that in gradually. I'll just put 1/2 of it in right now. Mix that up. Let me get a little closer so you guys can see what we're looking like. And mix that up right, just like that. And I'm using a fork. Feel free to use your hands. I'm going to use my hands eventually, but for right now I want to get everything mixed up in there. So just to give y'all a little close-up shot of what's going on. Get my little stuff mixed up here. That's coming together real good. Just like I like it. I'm going in with the rest of my buttermilk. 6 tablespoons of buttermilk, y'all. Very simple recipe. Very, very simple. There's so many different ways to make biscuits, but I like the simplest. Whatever's the easiest way, that's what I'm rolling with. Especially if I can still get that homemade taste, you know. So now, what I'm going to do is take my bowl up. My chopping board is already clean. you know, but I'm gonna give it a little quick wipe since I put my bowl on the top of there. Wipe that off a little bit. Put that right there. I'm gonna go in and sprinkle a little bit of flour on my cutting board because I'm just getting it ready. Getting it ready for my biscuits. Going in with my hands now, so I'm done with that fork. You know, and it'll the dough will stick to your fingers, but you know what I'm saying. I don't mind getting down. So if you're not afraid to cook and you're learning, come on in the kitchen and get down dirty. That's all I can tell you. And if you put your heart and soul in it like I do, when you're cooking anything, it's gonna turn out good. You know, it's gonna turn out really good. The only time that I ever have an issue with my food not turning out right is if somebody is getting on my nerves. If somebody is pressuring me or saying do this and do that, I'm not good with being dictated to. I don't mind instructions, I don't mind directions, but when somebody's dictating something to me, like I'm their child and you know we're not equal, then it can kind of tamper with my food a little bit because this is something that I love to do. Which is why I've always shied away from, you know, just selling it because, you know, it kind of takes the fun out of it, you know. Take a look at that, y'all. Nice. You know. So, you know, when you're dealing with other people, whether you're ordering food or ordering merchandise or something, you know, just be conscious of how you talk to people. You know, just, you know, be respectful, you know. If you want respect, you have to give it, you know. Yeah. Feel free to roll this dough out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can roll it out as thick and thin as you want to. My rolling pin is down in there, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not doing no rolling today. I'm patting this out with my hands because I'm getting ready to cut this and eat this food. So this is for me, and I'm not trying to impress nobody because it's going to taste damn good anyway. So yeah, like I'm saying, you know, just be conscious of how you talk to people. Don't dictate to people and try to tell them what to do. You know, you can ask them or just say, well, can you do it like this or can you do it like this or you know, can you accommodate this? You know what I'm saying? Don't be all like, well, I want it like this or I want it like that. That's not cool stuff. Not dealing with me is not. So anyway, this is about the size of my biscuits. I'm gonna lay them in my. I have a cookie sheet. Some of the ladies' biscuits on there, and I kind of sprayed them with whatever cooking spray you want to spray them with, or you don't have to spray them with. You don't have to spray, excuse me, your pan with anything if you don't want to. You really don't have to. So let me roll out. I think I got enough for like let me see. I'll probably just make one more biscuit, one or two. Let's see what's happening. You know, this is something quick and simple too, y'all. For you grandparents, if you want to make something with the kids and give them something to do, making biscuits is an excellent thing to do. You know? Yeah, I think we got enough for one more, y'all. Let's roll this bad baby out. You know. Life is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It should be enjoyable for everybody. You know, don't go out of your way like my girl Michelle Indegocello. She has this song and it says, "Don't go out of your way to make my good day bad." You ain't got to do that. Hell, we all got enough stuff going on already, so you ain't got to go out your way to make somebody's day bad. You know? So let's make the best of our time that we have with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get these hands washed off, y'all. Get my hands washed off here. I'm gonna drink me a little bit of this pop right here. Okay. Get these paper towels thrown into the garbage. And I'm gonna place these biscuits in the oven. I have my oven set at my stove and I have this love-hate relationship going on. So normally if you guys want, you could cook your biscuits at like 350, 355. That's cool. Today I'm rolling with 365 in my bottom oven because that's the relationship that we have and the understanding that we have that my biscuits cook better on 365. So that's what I'm gonna put them in on. That's the temperature that I'll use, and then I'll check them in about 15 minutes, and I'll let you know. So it's like 12, and I'm putting them on. So they shouldn't cook longer than like 20 minutes. So let's get these bad boys in the oven. One more look, y'all. There you go. You can do them as small as you want to, and they don't have to be pretty. They just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just making biscuits, something I can eat. I ain't trying to impress nobody. Get those in the oven. Throw these paper towels away. Let me see what I'm gonna use. Actually, I'm gonna put that back in the water. Give me a spoon here. Now my water, I got about a cup of water. My water's been cooking a little bit. I may need to add a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit, maybe like a quarter cup of water I'm gonna add back in there. So I'm gonna say I'm still using 1 cup of water. And this is for my grits. I put a pinch of salt already in there. Excuse me. If you're doing low sodium restricted diet, don't put no salt in there at all. You don't need it. The hot dogs, when you make the hot dogs and gravy, you'll get enough sodium from the hot dogs too. So I'm just pouring in. I'll tell you guys about how much. That I'm gonna say that's maybe about a quarter cup of grits. And I think it might be slightly more than that. So since I used a little bit more than what I anticipated, because I didn't use anything to measure, I am going to add me some more water in here. I know for sure that that's not a half a cup of grits. So still with the 1 cup of water, and then you can just add in as you need if it's too thick. Because like some people like thick grits and some people like thin grits. Today, since I'm having a gravy, I'm going for a thicker texture. That's what I want to roll with. I need the consistency to be thicker. The texture is grainy, but the consistency needs to be thick. So just add the water as you go along. But if you're making like a nice pot, then use the instructions on the box of grits or whatever. Because I've been making these damn things so long, I don't really measure this stuff. But I tell you what, I make the best grits. And I'm gonna place me a top on there, and let my grits do that day. So I got me a little paper plate up here that I'm using to put that like that. Okay, now we're moving on to our hot dogs and gravy. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add in my pan. You can use a non-stick pan, you can use a cast iron pan, doesn't matter. Let's pour this oil in there, and I have about a quarter cup of oil. Put that going in there. Turn that flame up a little bit, because what we're about to do is make this roux. So I got a quarter cup of oil that I'm using. I'm running the ingredients down on y'all. Quarter cup of oil. I have about a teaspoon of white vinegar that I'm going to use. I'm going to use about 5 tablespoons of flour to make this roux. And then I have 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of seasoned salt. That's what I'll be using as far as dry ingredients. And then I'll have 1 green onion that I'm going to use and 1 red sweet pepper that I'll use. Now my grandmother, when she used this recipe, she didn't use any onions or peppers or anything like that, no vegetables, just the gravy and the hot dogs and whatever seasonings she was going to use. Let me check my grits, y'all. Yes. So these are cooking good, and I'm going to turn this flame down because I just need them to simmer now, because it doesn't take grits that long. Even if whether you're using quick grits or regular grits, they don't take that long. By the time you get your other stuff on, it shouldn't be more than 15-20 minutes. Okay. And if I need to add more water, then I will. But for right now, they're doing kind of like what I want them to do. Okay, so those are all of the ingredients, and then the most important ingredient, the main factor, are the hot dogs. So we don't eat pork, so I don't eat pork. So what I'm gonna do is use me some beef hot dogs, and these are approximately 2 hot dogs, and they're the length of like a dinner hot dog, like a dinner frank. So those are the length. So if you have like shorter ones and you're kind of hungry, maybe use just 3 regular hot dogs. When I'm making hot dogs and gravy, since I don't eat pork, I love to use the beef hot dogs. But what I don't like to use are the kosher beef hot dogs, because I think that they hold too much salt. So I don't like the taste mixed with my gravy. It's just a little bit too salty. So when I get my beef hot dogs, I'll just use like a uncured, no filter, an uncured, no fillers hot dog. So that way you're not getting all that excessive stuff that you don't want, or at least that's what they tell us. So you know, I'm gonna cut this hot dog right here a little bit more. I like to do like a nice size, not too big, kind of like how when you eating like beans and franks, you know, just kind of like a nice little chunk, not too thin, but you know, nice little chunk like that. So yeah, like I said, I shy away from using the kosher hot dogs because they hold too much sodium. I eat them, you know, for other things, but just not for the hot dogs and gravy. So if you don't eat pork, get you a nice uncured hot dog. And if you like, now I do this with turkey hot dogs too, and I'm telling you, it's fine. So you can do the same thing with the turkey hot dogs. Just use the uncured, no fillers hot dogs, and they work out fine. Give it a better taste than the regular ones. So we're going in with this flour, and I'm gonna say that right there is about 4.5 tablespoons of flour. Got that in there with that oil. So I'm gonna make my roux. So I just need this let me show y'all what it looks like. You probably can see it from over there, but I'm just going to lift it up so y'all can see the consistency of it. You know, you want it to be kind of smooth, you know. So I just need this to brown. I'm going to let this brown. And I got that on like a medium flame, y'all. Put my spoon right here. Check my grits real quick. All right, babies. Y'all doing good. Doing good. Y'all know I like to talk to that food. Doing good, good, good. All right. Yep. Okay. All right, y'all. So the next thing that I'm going to do is wash my hands again. Okay, I got my hands washed off. So now I'm going to put in my 1 red sweet pepper and my green onion that's previously been cleaned. So you have to make sure that these vegetables are clean. And I'm using this cutting board with the flour on it because there's flour in the roux, so it doesn't matter. And there's no cross-contamination or anything going to go on because we're not using any other meats. And we don't have any seafood over here, so just going to chop these up. Yep, with this left hand, just like this. Nice little rough chop. Thank you, son, for the knives. I love them. I am appreciative. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate you guys. And Michelle, you know I love my other stuff, so thank you. I love everything that you got for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am appreciative of my family. All right, so we're throwing in this sweet red peppers. Chop up this green onion. Let's get this going. I'm gonna use this entire green onion too. If you don't like onion, you don't have to use it. If you want to try a different type of onion because you don't have green, that's fine too. This is just what my taste buds are calling for today. So let me get that chopped up. And I do use my right hand, y'all, to chop with, but it depends on what day you catch me on. It depends on what day you catch me on. I'm gonna drop me a little green onion somewhere, but I'll see about it later. Turn this all the way down on there. Let's mix this. Get these vegetables mixed up in that roux. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit, y'all, because I need that roux to get darker, and it's not getting as dark as I want it to get. Let me put in, while my roux is doing its thing, I'm gonna throw in those seasonings. Get those right in there. All right. Now we're cooking, baby. Now we're cooking. But then my go-to, I'm over here washing out my little go-to pasta bowl because I'm about to use that again once it dries. All right, y'all. Let me let y'all see what this roux looking like. Look at that. You see how dark it's getting? We want it to get a little bit darker. Doesn't have to be as dark as like when we're making gumbo, but I want it to be dark like when we make gravy. You know. So we'll go ahead and get that rolling. Now, so sometimes people like to put the hot dogs in the grease and let them just cook like that first, and then they'll use they'll use that little seasoned oil from the hot dogs. But for me, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna, once this roux is about right, those hot dogs right there, they're going right up in this pan. Right up in the pan will go. Now the only other thing that I have to do is get my water ready so that I can make the gravy after the roux is ready. So I'll get me some water. But I still have this right here, so I'll use, no, that's my oil. My little cup over here that I was using for the water. I'm gonna get that ready so that I can put that in there when the time comes. And those grits, let's see grits, let's see. Oh yeah, baby, those grits are good. All I need to do though is get my butter for my grits. If you guys, you know, because this is a meal with gravy, like grits and gravy, you don't have to use butter on your grits if you don't want to, but I am because I like that. So I'm gonna put me like a little pat of butter in those grits. Maybe like a half of a teaspoon in the grits, and then when I get them on my plate, I'll probably put another half of a teaspoon on that plate. Okay, I'm gonna check on my biscuits too, y'all. Now this is looking about right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my hot dogs right in here. If you guys are, again, if you're making this dish for like a lot of people or more than 1 or 2 people, then just feel free to increase the ingredients. That's all. Ain't nothing to it. I'll let these hot dogs do their thing. While that roux is continuously browning, I'm gonna look down up in this oven and see what my biscuits are doing. They are coming along fine. I'm gonna brush my biscuits too with a little butter, and I'm gonna do so because I want to. So let me get me a little bit of butter up out of here to go off in my grits, and then I'll get that mixed up. Let me see here. I'm gonna add me a little bit of water to my grits, just a little bit, because I need them to keep cooking. Like I hate cold grits, you know. Like I don't like for them to be cold. Just a little bit. I just need a little splash in there to keep it going. But this is just how I like my grits to be. Yes. Yes. Now I don't know about y'all. Like I like cheese in my grits. I'm about to add a slice of cheese, but y'all don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I'm going to because I know I'm gonna eat these bad boys. So let's get some cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want, but I'm just using a slice of American. That's going right up in there. Then I'm going to actually turn that off because I got the heat from my frying pan going. Yep. Oh man, those grits look good, y'all. So let me put the lid back on that. Look at this. That's the color you want. That's it right there. Look at that. Hot dogs got that little char. I don't have a grill, but it's still char. Char from that frying pan, from frying. So they've been frying good. Let me hit my hands a little bit, y'all. I hope I don't have too much flour on my clothes because I just got out the shower and I really don't plan on changing. So hopefully I don't have too much flour everywhere. Because that's what happens when you get in the kitchen and you get down. Sometimes you get a little bit of flour on your stuff. A little bit of ingredients on your clothes. We're going in with the water. That's about a half a cup of water. I'm getting my other cup ready. Because I'm going to want to add a little bit more. Yes, yes, yes. This is good. Now that gravy is, oh, the gravy looks so good. It looks so good, so good, so good. Yes. Okay. Maybe about, for these 2 hot dogs, let's say about 1 cup of water. Let's say about 1 cup. Yeah. And that's good. That is good. That is good. Excellent. Oh, yeah. And it smells so good. I always say that, but the food actually do. It be smelling good. Like I swear it does. Man. And I'm hungry too. Got to bang this joint. Okay. Let me put the lid back on my butter just for now. And I want to get my grits and put my grits. I'm gonna sit it right there. Get these grits put up in my bowl. Look at those grits. See? I'm saying it's just like butter, baby. Look at that. Get those grits right up in there. Just like that. Clean that off my stove. Now I told y'all I was gonna put another pat of butter on my grits when I got them out. I'm about to do that now. Right now. I don't need much, just a little bit to go right there. Yep. And then this, oh yeah, that is done. I'm gonna turn that off. But I have that right there. I'm gonna turn that off. And then I'm gonna use this to eat with, so I'm gonna sit that right there. So let me see here. I'll use this one right here. Let me get this one. Drink me a little bit more ginger ale, y'all. I don't know what. Look at this straw. That is the that's the weirdest stuff I've ever seen, but it's working. But that is a crooked damn straw. So let me see here. All right. Let me get some of my hot dogs and gravy going on here. Now y'all can place y'all. You can put your gravy and your hot dogs and gravy on top of the grits if you want to, but I like mine on the side. So I'll be going on the side with this. Just to show y'all what it's looking like until I get my biscuits out. So let me check on my biscuits, and I think I may need to hit my babies on a broil on the top. So let me start that just in case I do. I know they're ready though. Let me see, babies. What y'all looking like? What you looking like? Oh, yeah. Yep. So I'm going to hit these babies with a little bit of butter. And I'm ready to roll. I'm going to enjoy this food. And then carry on with the rest of my day. You know? These biscuits look good. They smell good. I may have some left over to do something with for later. Because I know for sure I'm not about to eat all of these. Because I came out, I made I have like a total of, 5 biscuits. So yeah, I won't be needing all of those. So let's put that under there so I can get me a little golden on my biscuits because I'm ready to eat. And that's just my little shortcut. That's my little trick, you know. Yeah, all I'm seeing though, y'all, is that looks good. It looks good, and I know that it tastes good. So now I'm just waiting on my biscuit. Let me get my little fork here. Look at that, man. Y'all, I'm gonna taste this. We'll get that biscuit out the oven in a minute, but right now we gonna taste this thing. to my grandma, Annie Rose. It's your recipe, baby, so this is good. I want you to know your granddaughter's utilizing your recipe. Hot dogs and gravy. Hot dogs and gravy. I'm going to say this. Don't knock it until you try it. Simply delicious. I sound like my son, delicious. If y'all add that, if you add that cheese to them grits, it's going to change that texture. See about my biscuit. Almost. Little biscuit, come on here. I need a little bit more gravy for that biscuit. Because this is not a jelly kind of day. This is a gravy kind of day. What is this day? This is Thursday. We didn't get over that damn hump, so we need a little gravy. We need a little gravy on Thursday. Look at that gravy. That look like gravy to go on a steak. Excuse me, y'all. It look like that's some steak gravy or some liver gravy or something like that. That is some damn hot dogs and gravy, y'all. All right, little biscuit, where you at? You brown enough? Come on now. I need you to get right. Get a little heat on that joint. You know? Yeah. This is good. Y'all, this food gonna be gone for that damn biscuit get done. Now, this is hot dogs and gravy done right, baby. Hot dogs with gravy, grits, and a buttermilk biscuit when they come on out the oven. Yeah. We're gonna go to the restaurant today. I just need to put a little bit of something on my belly before I leave out of here. Let me check that biscuit, y'all. I gotta eat this. Okay. Bit of damn enough. Yeah, I pulled that hot biscuit out the oven. Put a little bit more butter on there. Okay, hold on, y'all. All right. See my biscuit? Just a little bit of butter. Ooh, I better turn it off for the rest of them bad boys burn, huh? Okay, I just need some on there to... Ooh. Put that in there. Let me show y'all. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Listen, gentlemen. Do not marry a woman that can't make these biscuits for you. If she can't make these biscuits for you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and this is not no Neanderthal type of stuff. I'm just saying, get you a lady that can cook. And ladies, don't marry a man that can't make you these biscuits. So that way we even. That way y'all won't get on my little comments talking about, I want y'all to be back in the caveman days or some stuff. So anyway, let me bite my biscuit. Yeah. Nice and flaky. But what's going to be fire is when I pick this biscuit up. Damn, that biscuit's good. That is a good biscuit for some gravy or some honey. I mean, it's going to be good with the gravy because I'm eating with the gravy. But on any other day other than today, I would bang this biscuit with some honey or some jelly or some apple butter. Any of those. Oh, man. This is good. So, come on, biscuits and gravy. What'd you say? Do you want it on your black-eyed peas? It's good, y'all. Do you want it on your biscuit, baby? Man. I'm just saying, hold on. I'm eating all fast, but it's all right. Y'all. Yeah. I done came in under 30 minutes. I done showed y'all how to make these grits. I make them creamy. I done showed y'all how to make this hot dogs and gravy. If you ain't got no bread and you can't get no steak, you got them hot dogs in there. You got some flour and some oil. And I done showed y'all how to make these biscuits. Don't take much. They got the ingredients at the dollar store. They got the hot dogs at the dollar store. Hell, the grits too. All of it. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this food. I want y'all to enjoy y'all day. I want y'all to please remember to be kind, be loyal, be respectful, and loving. Deuces.